Hello, my name is J.H. Lee. This is a Human Engineer video blog, first one, introduction. The question is, what is a human engineer? It is the study for building a whole person. Every human life is thrown into the world with unlimited potential. Yet, how can we actualize that fully? Human potential is a most wasted resource. Natural resource development is good, but it is costly. Yet, human resource is free. Everyone already have that, but it is a difficult time to develop that human resource. And that problem, I like to challenge that. I like to facilitate to all of you so we can bring the more a human potential so we can have a better life and happier life. That is what the human engineer is all about. Life is full of wonders, so confusing and conflicting each other, two different things, and it's so ambiguous. Sometimes it's upside down. And I want to understand, and my personal desire, I want to be a man. However, it's not only my personal desire. Everyone has soul-searching questions, such as, who am I? What am I? Why am I here? What is the meaning of life? How should we then live? That's Ezekiel chapter 33:10. Martial art and soul-searching question perfectly fit, and matter of fact, it is my destiny. Then why? Martial art originated from the East, but has been introduced Western Hemisphere not too long, maybe barely over a century. But mostly it's World War II and Korean War, a large number of the masters came over Western and America, and that time it's getting much more introduced and popular, especially when Bruce Lee's movie hit. Oh, it is popular. It is so fascinating, and it is a big fad. Then, what does the public want from the martial art? Discipline. Also, they're fascinated about the power and speed, and they want to build the confidence, and they want to defend themselves, this is a matter of survival, and respect, and focus. There's a lot of people suffering through the ADD, ADHD, but it is a solution for that. And it is good exercise. And they want to know more about Oriental culture, and etc., etc. Conclusion is, training or develop or educate or discipline mind and body to improve all the area of our life. Means becoming a mature human being, better person. That is what the martial art does. Challenge is, how do we train the human mind? How overwhelming question is that? And my lifelong research of this finding answer become human engineer. It is a registered U.S. trademark. How did I overcome this difficult task? It is finding all the answers that too many problems. The biggest problem, number one, is modern world. We're not lack of knowledge. Rather, it's too much. All the knowledge is not consolidated. It is conflicting each other. Sometimes it's really confused. Question is, can we make the big picture? Is it big enough to fit every knowledge into it? And that big picture, you might call it map. Once we have a right map, then we don't get disoriented. We don't have to lost anywhere. And we can get to the right direction anywhere where we want to go. And that's how we can able to control ourselves. Problem number two, knowledge has a state or as a condition. First state is scholarship. Second state is craftsmanship. First one is producing the knowledge. But knowledge itself does not have a usefulness to us. And how we're going to able to engineering ability put it in our daily life. Because we made a big picture, we made a good map, but we don't know how to use that. Then we cannot use it. So we must know how to utilize our daily life. Problem number 3. We need to accomplish a lot of different tasks. However, if that task is difficult to accomplish, there's a reason for it. What does that mean? It's simply we are lack of an adequate tool. After all, human being is tool maker. We don't have those a physical ability as the other animal has, but we overcome all that and we be supreme being because we can make tool so we can able to accomplish task. However, that tool has 2 different kind. Number 1, mechanical type, which is a physical tool. The other one is a procedural type, which is a mental type. And those mental tool, we can call it system, method, know-how, pattern, copyright, whatever it is. Let's then go back to problem number 1, big picture. We need to make a big picture for fit it in entire whole world and human life. I would like to introduce 3 different books. First one is A Guide for the Perplexed, written by Mr. Schumacher. And his book, he introduced us. World has a chain of being, 4 different type. First one is inanimate, which is a mineral. But animate world has 3 different layers. First one is plant, which means a life. But second layer of the animate life is consciousness, which is animal. However, final stage is at human. Human has much more than consciousness. It is called self-awareness. The animal intellectual, human intellectual is different. What it is, we have reflective intelligent, and that is different. Second book is that I like to introduce is Manhood of Humanity, written by Alfred Korzybski. In his book, chapter 3, he talks about class of life. First class is plant, it's a chemical binding. Second class is a space binding. Third class is a time binding. How beautifully he defines all those lives. It's amazing. When I first time read that, I was so delighted that. However, let's think about it. This whole world is a 2 dimension. One is spatial, the other one is a time. And only human can deal with the time. That is also very spiritual. Third book is The Tripartite Nature of a Man. We consist of body and soul and spirit. It is study of matter, that's the body. The next one is a soul. There's a study of a soul, become psychology. The word, Greek word is psyche, but that turned to English, psyche, and psychology, study of a soul, is psychology. And the other one is spiritual part. There is something beyond things we can see, something we cannot see. It is a spiritual power. It's a life-giving power. That is a study of spirit and study of God. Now, with all this help with the different book, my research, we must know then what is function of the body and function of the mind and function of the spirit. Without knowing function, how can we utilize and access that? The other part of a study is we must find a law, how it works. or we can call principle. I would like to say principle of life number one is total dependency and total independency come together as one. Let me elaborate a little bit. Me, no one can eat for me. No one can sleep for me. No one can breathe for me. No one can sick for me. I has to go through all that. However, in order to stay alive, I have lots of need. Simply, food, clothes, and shelter. But which person, anybody can bring and supply what do they need? Do you think a farmer can supply his food? I don't think so. Where did he get a seed? Where did he get the land? Did he make the sunshine? Did he make the water? Of course, he has to work really hard, cultivate all those crops, yet no one can make their own food. No one can make their own clothes. Even tailor, even contractor cannot make his own house by himself. In other words, this whole world is their life, especially total independency, total dependency, they come together as a set. And these two contradicting things is what so confusing about this world. And original way to say is, it is yin and yang. And we need to understand this rule, and we need to find balance and harmony within this rule number one. Nothing in this world can exist by itself. Only God Himself. Now, where human engineer going to be applied at? It's number one, it will be a manual for grumbling new parents with the unruly kid. And how many parents complain that they didn't come with the manual? I have a manual for you. Number two, it is alternative solution for currently not working education system. There's a lot more than just learning the fact. And life skill, human skill, those areas we can use these human engineers for. Number three, all the other people, whoever want to be happier, it is for everyone. And we can improve all of us, our personal potential. Now, time to wrap it up, the first block. And I'd like to tell you thank you. If you have any questions or requests, please contact me through my email. And I'm looking forward to bring many more video blogs to you.